we heard this other speculation that before the number has come down, the BJP's ideological parent RSS influence will be more on the government, and it will get reflected in picking, in the choice of the ministers.
Hello and welcome to the Indian Express. I'm Charulata Biswas and I'm being joined by Liz Matthew from the Indian Express's Political Bureau, and she's here to unpack the recent political development on Modi's cabinet and what it really means. So Liz, my first question to you. We see a lot of continuity in Modi's cabinet, and our headline also said continue, right? So there's a little bit of newness, but also the continuity is that the top five, at least in the cabinet, Amit Shah, Rajnath, Jaishankar, Nirmala Sitharaman, they have retained their position. So can you talk to us about what is this continuity that we are seeing in Modi's cabinet?
Yes, Charulata, you said it right. It is the biggest message from Prime Minister Modi's third cabinet is that continuity. And he says that, I think what the message he also wants to say that stability, the robustness his government had, or the hallmark of his, the previous governments, it remained there. Nothing has changed. Of course, the party has lost some seats and the party is fallen short of majority, absolute majority. But that doesn't mean that I lost the control. He is in full charge, of the government and its functions. And in the way, there were a lot of speculation about even if the people had accepted and the people knew that Prime Minister Modi will retain the Cabinet Committee on Security CCS portfolios, then even among them there was some possibility or speculation about some changing, like a bit of swapping the charges. Even that didn't happen. It shows that whatever his government has been doing. And also we must also remember that Prime Minister Modi, before even the results came and even before they went for a full-fledged election campaign, he had given this 100-day program plan to the officers, and he told them specifically that we are going, you are not on holiday, you have to work, and he will start looking at how this has been implemented, and he launched that Viksit Bharat and Viksit Bharat 2047. All these messages and all these slogans he has given, he's sticking to it. He has not changed anything in that. And also we heard this other speculation that before the number has come down, the BJP's ideological parent RSS influence will be more on the government, and it will get reflected in picking, in the choice of the ministers. Even that is not there, because we can see that it is clearly the ministers handpicked by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. One, and also even if you look at, of course there are key allies, and Prime Minister Modi's government will have to depend on them for the numbers till they get a kind of whatever majority they manage in the Lok Sabha. As of now, they depend on the 12-member Janata Dal United and 16-member Chandrababu Naidu's TDP, among other parties, for the numbers. But even then, you look at the ministries he has given away to the allies. None of these portfolios, which is whether it is civil aviation, whether it is heavy industries, none of these food processing, it was with the allies in the past. Food processing ministry was with Paswan one point of time, then it was with Harshimrat Kaur, and it is now with Chirag Paswan. So heavy industries was with Shiv Sena, now it is with H.D. Kumaraswamy. So the key, strategically key ministries, and also the big ticket program of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whether it is Kisan, the programs for the farmers, the programs Ayushman Bharat or Jan Aushadhi, or even those ministries are with with the BJP only. So that continuity is the bold letter he has given, the message he has given to. So, like basically he hasn't given away anything despite not having the numbers. And also here we must remember, it is also because he is one way lucky, because Chandrababu Naidu's party, if they didn't come in power there, obviously Mr. Naidu also would like to be here, in the center. So that would have changed the equation. And JDU in the same way, Chandrababu Naidu is happy with the government in Andhra Pradesh. For Nitish Kumar, the government is depending on the BJP support. So he is happy with the state government there. So that way they both do not have, also these two leaders do not want anyone from their party to get that kind of an influence in the center here. So that also helped them. So for BJP, that way is lucky. The crucial allies or significant allies do not have much interest in the center, but they are more interested in remaining as a regional satrap.
Correct. And quite a strategic move.
Yes.
There were quite some ministers who were dropped from the cabinet, like Smriti Irani, Anurag Thakur. What do you make of this development?
See, Smriti Irani, of course, because she lost the election and she is not a Rajya Sabha member, so she cannot be in Parliament. But of course, Prime Minister Modi has taken that Bittu, the Punjab from Punjab, who lost the election. He's member of neither houses. Same with the George Kurian from Kerala, a loyal party worker, but he is not a member of either houses. So, but again, all the 10 seats have become vacant in the Rajya Sabha because the ministers who have contested Lok Sabha election, like Piyush Goyal, Sarbanand Sonowal, these seats are there. Out of which, K.C. Venugopal, the Congress General Secretary in charge of organization, he was a Rajya Sabha MP from Rajasthan, but he is now contested from the Lok Sabha and he's given up Rajya Sabha. So that seat, which is also going to BJP now. Almost all these seats except one, maybe in Haryana where Debendra Huda has vacated, there may be a fight for it. I mean, when it comes to by-election in the Rajya Sabha, it is simple majority. So BJP has simple majority in all these houses. So it is mostly BJP seats. So BJP has an opportunity to induct more people, but despite that, he did not induct Smriti Irani. Of course, I think Prime Minister wanted to send a message that it is the people who have won deserving more. But when it comes to Anurag Thakur, it is not very clear. There was this version that Anurag, because there is a, one key ministry, health ministry, Minister Nadda, JP Nadda, who's retiring whose term is ending as party president, has been inducted into the government and been given health portfolio. So he's also from Himachal. Himachal is a small state, so giving two big portfolios to leaders would not be a good message when you have to really distribute it to larger national, or you have to take care of all the states, all the caste, all the other community equations. So it is one explanation, and also it could be also they might want more people, youngsters in the party, in the organization. So that could be also a reason. And Purushottam Rupala, I believe that it is because BJP has faced, according to their initial assessment, has faced a lot of setback because of the statement he had made, which has infuriated the Rajputs. The Rajputs means the upper caste in UP and in many other states, Rajasthan also. So that it could be kind of quote unquote punishment, basically I think most of this is maybe they want these people to be used in the party, because the organization is also there now, that most of these organization people who are like, of course, Bhupendra Yadav and Dharmendra Pradhan were ministers, but they they will have to be more involved in the government and the government functioning. So they want the organization also to be strong, and they want good leaders there. So let's see whether these people are going to be inducted into the into the party, giving them good positions. We have to wait and see.
So one of the crucial things which is on all of our minds is, who's going to be the next BJP president, since you said that Nadda is in the cabinet now and he'll be retiring soon. So who are the probables, Liz, here?
No, there is the confusion, because most of the people, the senior leaders whom we thought as a probable successor to Nadda, because it was more or less clear that Nadda is going to be inducted in the government because his term is ending, and it is very unlikely that BJP will give him another term, because his term had ended in January, then it was extended, and they introduced a new clause in the party constitution that in emergency the current president can continue as working president, even if the term ends. So he Nadda can continue us, but again the question comes, like I said, I already mentioned, Dharmendra Pradhan, Bhupendra Yadav, all these people we expected. The other names which are like, when you talk about the party, there is somebody who has the organization backing, and also that who came up the ranks, who preferably has a ideological background, and who came up the ranks. That's very important for BJP. Somebody who comes from ABVP to, Yuva Morcha to, or even if it comes to, if it is a woman leader like ABVP to Mahila Morcha to, like that, they want, and then party MLA or party MP, like that, if. So, but when you look at this, people who have come up the ranks, like, in the party ranks, it's like not many are left. Like, there is one Vinod Thavade, who's General Secretary, who's from Maharashtra, Maratha face, and also Devendra Fadnavis, who was former Maharashtra Chief Minister, current Deputy Chief Minister. And there is also senior, if like suppose if the party decides that, okay, just we need a senior leader just to give guidance, but the party organization will work on its own. Obviously, Narendra Modi, Mr. Narendra Modi and Mr. Shah will continue to have a very deep and a strong influence on and impact. Their stamp will be there for every decision, that nobody can expect a party to function without their stamp now. So, like Moh Mathur's name is there, and also there is K. Lakshman, if party wants an OBC leader, K. Lakshman. And there is also even Anurag Thakur's name, if like party wants to send him a young leader, then it is Anurag sir. I mean, these are very wild speculation, I must say.
Any woman leader?
That's like Smriti, of course, is she also hasn't come up through ranks like that, so it is unlikely. But you never know. But it is all depending on what Mr. Modi and Shah wants. So yesterday one very senior party leader was informally, we were meeting him and asking. Then he said maybe a name which none of you have ever thought. Like, for that matter, even when it comes to speaker's post, it is very clear that BJP wants to keep the speaker's post. Right. And BJP, although TDP had made a demand or they just mentioned that we would like to have, because it has a lot of impact and influence and power. Not just the power, it is like in a coalition politics, a speaker's role is very important. So because the speaker decides the disqualification, he's the final word in a disqualification. Speaker decide the voice votes, and I mean a series of things, and also bills, money bill and all. Exactly. And also when is a bill to be taken up, when the vote is to be cast, when the bill is to be put on vote, whether it should be given to standing committee for a detailed dissection. All these things the speaker will decide. More than everything in a coalition politics, the disqualification. In the last, and also if somebody wants to move a no confidence motion, in my political the reporting career, I have seen 2 sessions, the opposition party consistently pushing for a no confidence motion, and it was never taken up. So the speaker can decide.
Can you give us an instance?
Yeah, like when in the not this the 17th Lok Sabha, in 16th Lok Sabha, TDP wanted to move a no confidence motion. I remember TDP MPs, including Ram Naidu, used to get up every day and used to say that we want to move the no confidence motion, and the opposition parties used to say we will support it, but the speaker would just not. No confidence motion is to be supported by 50. So the rule is that if 50 MPs are supporting that, you have to give it. But the then Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, she just didn't take up the matter. She just went on and on and on, like, kept on adjourning the house abruptly. So that's why I said, even if a party, even if they have the numbers, if the opposition party wants to move a no confidence motion, the speaker has to decide,
Right.
whether
And
we
most
should.
likely
Yeah,
the speaker is going to side
of course,
the
the
government.
speaker.
Yeah.
I mean, that is how it is. It is not
Yes.
just with the BJP. I have seen many occasions in the Congress governments, in the UPA governments, the speaker, when it comes to putting a particular bill into voting, or like when a member, the rule is that when a member asks for a division, even if it is a single party member or single member in the House, independent MP asks for division, you have to go for a division in the House. But we have seen that many demands for division I see in the last house asked for division in almost every bill, and it never happened. So it is like, it's now it is all these rules are just like for on the book only. Like, I have seen the speakers have the way the speaker picked up everything, and the another trick they used to use, they will immediately adjourn the house and they'll ensure that the number is there, then they'll come back and they'll get all the MPs from the lobby and they'll come back to the house. The house will be adjourned for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, they'll get all the MPs, then house, and they'll go for a division. But the division demands, or the plea for division is completely rejected also, I have seen.
Okay.
The rules, of course, in any political scenario, in every democracy, this kind of rules, it is mostly precedents, and it keeps changing. It never goes by the book. It is mostly it depends on the ruling party to an extent. So coming back to our initial the conversation, that the speakers thing, they haven't decided, they do not know. And you look at how Om Birla came up. I am a person who's been covering parliament since 96. I had never noticed Om Birla before that. Of course, I have seen him sitting there. I knew that he's a multi-term member. But, he was not a person who would you think that, Modi will pick up, or, BJP will pick up as a speaker. So, but he was picked up. So, when he picked up, he became a very, and relatively a good speaker, and lot of opposition members appreciated him, and he kind of a semblance of balancing he brought into the house also, because we had seen some of the chair decisions in the past very one-sided, and whether it is in the BJP, whether it is in UP, we had seen from there the way Mr. Om Birla has had kind of presided the house. It was very, not many opposition had. I think the ruling party had more objection or more complaint to the speaker the way he used to criticize the ministers. This is not the way you should answer. So I told he brought in a semblance of balancing, and that there is a feeling that chair is a kind of unbiased balancing, and the chair is in charge of the house, and also it is taking the house, the entire house, that is he's the supreme command of the the house, so he's taking everyone along. That semblance of thing, at least maybe in key matters, he must, obviously any speaker would side with the government, but
so you are also indicating that BJP might throw a surprise when it comes to,
of course, knowing BJP, how they were picking up the chief ministers and deputy chief ministers. So It will be a surprise, and it will be a
Yes.
surprise if it is not a surprise. That is how it is.
So we'll also get to know about the surprise, about who's going to be the next BJP president, the speaker, and also we'll unpack a lot more only on Indian Express. So stay tuned, and Liz will be back with me for the next episode. Thank you so much for joining us, and if you like this video, then like and subscribe to our channel Indian Express.